Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we are doing Sword, Drawn, and Tackle Goat double pack for the Hasbro system. With that being stated, let's go to the back of the box real quick. We have Sword Drawn 360 flat. This is the same coloring as the Takara Tomy Battle Entry Set Stadium. We've done this one in the past. Already it just came with another 2-pack for some reason. Ironically, it came in another 2-pack as well. So we have Tackle Goat 270 and Needle. An interesting combo, needless to say. Tackle Goat, I have yet to figure out if it's an echo of Horn Rhino or if it's an echo of Obsidian Shell, because it looks, at one point it looks like it's an echo of Horn Rhino, and then at another point it looks like it's an echo of Obsidian Shell. Either way, both bays very light. Either way, both bays are very recoily. So I'm expecting some recoil with this blade design. We get 270 in this like gray blue color scheme with a red center, and then we have Needle in this light blue as well. With the parts on the table, here are the bays. We have the Drawn Sword, which this came in the Battle Entry Set for Takara Tomy, the one with the blue and white arrow, wizard arrow, and then the same Drawn Sword, or Sword Drawn. So now we're getting it again. I believe this came in the starter pack with Tail Viper, and if it wasn't Tail Viper, it was Wyvern Gale. Not much else to talk about, but if you don't have this bay, here is the QR code for your Hasbro app. And then real quickly, we do get a red 360 again. It's still red, it's still 360. And a red flat bay. Not much else to talk about. We won't be using this bay today, so I'm just gonna assemble it real quick, and we're going to, just leave it off to the side, fully assemble. The bay I want to get into now is Tackle Goat. Tackle Goat is definitely an echo, and we'll get more into that here in just one second. I thought that the 270 was going to be a blue. It looked blue for the outside of the ring for the ratchet, but it's actually a clear color. It's clear, so that is very cool. Clear and red. Like, that is pretty awesome. There's going to be a lot of things you can match this with if you like the two-sided ratchet. Now then, we do get a needle bit. It's actually in an off grayish white color rather than a blue color. So yeah, moving on. Now what I want to discuss real quick is, what is this bay an echo of? We have Horn Rhino right here. Let's match it up real quick and take a look. It is definitely not Horn Rhino, because if you look, you kind of pair it up side to side. And it's definitely not a Horn Rhino echo. And I'm glad it wasn't. We've already had enough echoes of that as it is. I thought it was Tail Viper, but I took a quick look at that and realized it wasn't Tail Viper. Here is Obsidian Shell. Now what I'm going to do real quick, because I know there's going to be some people that are like, oh no, it's not Obsidian. It can't be Obsidian. So look at this. Look at this. Look at that right there. Dead giveaway. It's Obsidian Shell. Look, here's Obsidian Shell. Now then, let's match it up. So we have an Obsidian Shell echo. That is crazy. That is insane. Obsidian Shell got its first echo. Alright, so starting things off, we're gonna weigh Tackle Goat real quick, just as the blade. 31.5 grams. Now I do have Obsidian Shell right here. 32.5 grams, so it is a gram lighter than Obsidian Shell. Not too terrible. I'm not even gonna weigh 270 in Needle. We're just gonna assemble it. Oh wait, there you go. There is Tackle Goat's QR code. I almost forgot about that. There you guys go. Now then, let's go into weighing Tackle Goat for a total weight of 39.8 grams. It's low. It's definitely low, but it's not bad. It's not too terrible. All right, and then Obsidian Shell, we're gonna weigh that real quick. 40.8 grams, very nice. And then Sword Drawn, 43.7 grams, not too bad. So obviously Sword Dran would probably wind up winning in the battle if we were going to use it, but we're not going to use it because now I have 2. 3, 2, 1. Alright, let's give it a bump test. And we'll give it a little bit harder of a knock. Alright, kind of does what Needle's supposed to. And let's give it a side launch here. 3, 2, 1. Moving things along, you can see I've already selected the bays onto the right hand side of the screen. We have the CX bays we just unboxed, and I'm saving Obsidian Shell for last. We will do the Echo battle in this video as well. So starting things off, Dran Brave, 3, 2, 1. Reaper. Wizard. Dark Perseus. Not least, the Echo battle. Obsidian Shell versus Tackle Goat. Alright everyone, so my thoughts on this set. Honestly, I would say it's a pass. Sword Dran is really not usable that much anymore since we have the UX bays. And even then, you could probably substitute Sword Dran for Dran Brave, and you might see better results seeing as Dran Brave is a little bit heavier and you can customize that blade with other CX parts. So I wouldn't even use it for Dran Brave. Tackle Goat, you guys saw firsthand, it got annihilated every single time. There was like 2 rounds where it won, there was 2 matches where it won a round out of the match, but it wound up losing in the end. Maybe put some different parts on it, but with it being under 40 grams, you're kind of sitting very close to being knocked out every single time, and especially using a defense bay, I highly discourage people using defense bays because you're just a sitting duck waiting to get knocked out every single time. Maybe we could try it on like taper or kick and we might see better results, but it's highly doubtful that we will. Other than that, you guys, unless you just like collecting to collect or you just like the Echo Bays in general, then yeah, pick it up. Other than that, I would just spend your money on buying another Soar Phoenix set or buying another Cobalt Dragoon set, because then you can have spare parts for those if you're a tournament player. Other than that, it still was a fun video to do. And with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. As always, please continue to like, comment, and subscribe. And just remember, 1,500 subscribers, I will do a full video for all Hasbro Beyblade Burst. Don't know if anybody really cares to see all of that content, but just figured I would remind everyone. So as always, like I said, please continue to like, comment, and subscribe. With that, 3, 2, 1, let it rip. Have a great day, everyone.